Hello everyone, VJ in the house with another review. This is the Bicycle Karnival X-treme. I love that name. I love saying that name, X-treme. And it is from Karnival, or from the Blind Media, I should say. It's about time they had another release. It's been a while. As usual, it involves skulls and skeletons and bones. It's got a kind of white, blue, black coloring to the whole deck pretty much. It says bicycle on top, Karnival X-treme on the bottom, and playing cards on the very bottom. There's a couple of X's. And you see a skeleton, and pretty interesting. On the one side, you got the X's again, and it says Ericus Infinis, made in the USA. The other side, the X's again, it says brought to you by Big Blind Media. Top, nothing. The bottom has a bigblindmedia.com website. It says artwork by Sam Hales at doseprod.com. And you got USB-C information and trademark info. The back shows you the back design of the cards, which is basically a large X going from corner to corner. And it kind of has a ice type feel to the center, or a flowery type look. I really don't know. And it's got skull and crossbones as well on top and bottom. The seal is just a standard black USB-C seal. The flap, nothing, just some slight coloring. And then you got a couple of X's on the flaps. Inside the box, they actually have a reveal for you. It's a 6 of clubs, which is pretty interesting. They've not done that before. And then if you look on the other side, you'll see, well, if you look carefully, it might be hard to see, but what it is, it's actually a skeleton hand. You can see the bones right there. That is holding that card. It's a little bit hard to see. Let me see if I can shine some light on this. I don't know if that's making it better or worse. My apologies, but yeah, you can sort of see the bones in there. I'm trying to figure out how to best do this so you can see. There you go. You can see the bones right there holding the card and the hand, and that's pretty interesting. And it fits with the rest of the theme. Now, you do get a Yash card, which is this. It's similar to the Joker's. It's got an X in all 4 corners. It's got a skeleton on it, which more or less, well, it doesn't really match the front of the box because it's the whole body, but it's there. Flip it over, you get to see his ass. It's an interesting and odd card. I really don't know what kind of a use you'd have for it, but might come in handy for biology class. Really don't know. You do get also what is a blank card in the deck, and again it has, well, it doesn't have anything in the corners, no indexes, but it has that color that you'll see on the faces of the cards, which gives it they do have a one-way look to them, obviously. And here's your back design. It's interesting. It's a nice color scheme. It's different for Karnival, and it's different than anything you've really seen, that I've seen. Jokers. No reveals or anything on them, but that's what you get. You get the 4 X's again. It says Extreme Joker on the bottom, and it's a skeleton, and the other one is identical. A reveal would have been interesting, but they didn't do that. The aces we'll get into right now. The aces, spades, looks like that. There is a, looks like a 2-headed skull in the background, and it says ace of spades on the bottom. Indexes are basically standard. The other aces, they all got a skeleton. Looks like an X going through it, and this one obviously red with borders, white borders, and this one's a bluish color, blue black with white borders. And they all say ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, ace of whatever on the bottom. All the cards actually identify what it is. in case there was any doubt. I also should mention that next to the index, you will see there is actually a little X on every card next to the index. So, right there. And also below the index, you'll see Queen of Diamonds or Queen of Spades or whatever it might be. Court cards are somewhat standard look, except that you can actually see the insides of them, their spine and their skull, which is pretty odd. Interesting custom colors. I'll show you them all. Hearts and Diamonds have reddest or pinkest pips, as you can see. And actually, I'm noticing that the Diamonds have a more of a reddish pip. Hearts have a more of a pink type pip. Spades and Clubs, or maybe it was just that one, I guess. It's kind of odd. I'm noticing the King of Hearts looks fine. Spades and Clubs have a bluish color pip. There seem to be some variations in the color of the pip. Minor ones. But you can see the artwork is more or less standard. It's just that you can see their spines. Number cards, also completely custom with the pips and the indexes. And again, they say 2 of Spades or whatever it is. As you can see, this one has a skeleton on it. It looks like an alligator or something long with a tail. That one's a hand. This one's skull and crossbones on the 10s. This one's a skull. This one, a couple of hands. It's like you're looking at X-rays. This one looks like a snake. I'll just go through them quickly. Hand, I think we saw that one already. Yeah, we saw that one. This one looks like it's some kind of a rodent. Or, pretty sure it's not a frog. It looks like it's a rat or a mouse or something. This one you see the pelvic area, it looks like. This one just has one skull and crossbone in the center, unlike the black 10s. And some of them just have a skull that's pointing in the opposite direction of the other one. This one, a little bit creepy. It looks like a baby. Baby something. The 8s, this 8 just has a skull and crossbone again. Underneath the pips. This one's got 2 skeletons. And this one's got some different hands. And some of them almost look a little bit creepy, but it's pretty interesting, that's for sure. Oh, and this one's got a different skull on it. So that is that. That's what you get. Again, a bicycle stock air cushion finish. There is some chipping going on. There will be chipping because it's a black deck. If you're not familiar with it, black decks of cards that don't have a white border. Some do. There's a couple of decks out there that they actually creatively placed a white border around both the face and the back. This would be the face, this would be back, to prevent the chipping. But on most black decks, you're going to see chipping on the edges because it's black and it's paint and it will come off. So I mean, they handle good. They look pretty interesting. It's definitely one of the more unique, I guess, decks that Big Line Media has put out, at least in some time. Most of their decks are kind of unique. Some of them are just skulls and crossbones over and over, but I mean, this one's similar to some of the previous decks, but the colorings, the theme is different. Certainly not the first time that they put, 4 spades or whatever in the corner. And I don't really understand why they do that, but they do. But it's different, and if you like it, You can go buy it. I know collectibleplayingcards.com sells it, and I'm sure other sites sell it as well. That's what you get though in the deck. A little bit weird, but I'll see you next time.